You know, there's that episode of SpongeBob where Patrick goes,
"The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma."
that is so true for me because no matter how many interviews I've done over the years, recordings, features, whatever, tell me why the minute that I set up my own equipment and I hit record while I'm by myself in my own house, I get nervous. I am nervous right now recording this, and I do not like it. I don't like it. But I'll do it for you. Hi everyone, this is Rai Hana and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been meaning to post a video like this on here for quite some time, so better late than never. And today's video is a Q&A video. A lot of you submitted questions to me across different social media platforms, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, Twitter, I still call it Twitter, and Threads. And I'm so excited. You've submitted such great questions. I can't wait to get into them. And I'd love to preface this video, first of all, by saying thank you so much to all of you for all of the love and the positive feedback that you've given me for my new song, Love Me. I can't believe it's been a month since I dropped that song. We're in June already. I dropped Love Me on May 10th, I believe. And that was just such a crazy ride. I'm still processing all of it. I know I keep saying that, but I'm still processing that entire experience. And every day I get a message from someone saying, hey, I heard your song on the radio, I love it. Or I get new comments on my YouTube video saying how much they love the song. So thank you so much. I worked very, very hard on that project, and it means a lot to me that you enjoy it. So first of all, we're getting into our questions here. I want to say that these Q&A videos might be split up into about 2 or 3 videos so that I can cover everyone's questions, because everyone asked such great questions. I don't want to exclude anything. And of course, you're invited to leave questions in the comments if you have any for me as well, and I'll try to see if I can get them done. So our first question comes from Jazzy Jones, who asks, what's the inspiration behind your drive to flourish in the music industry? Wow, that's a really great question. Thank you so much for that, Jazzy. Inspiration. You know, I don't want to be too full of it, but I think my biggest inspiration to do things is myself. And I'll tell you why. Mostly because if I have a dream or a desire to do something, I am ambitious to a fault, and I will do anything to make it happen. And just knowing that I've had this dream for so long, I've wanted to do music for so long, you know, I keep sticking to myself. Even if I might take a couple breaks along the way, I keep reminding myself, hey, you know, you have this vision, you have this goal in mind, you have this purpose that you'd like to fulfill. Don't give up on it. And wanting to do it, wanting to see it happen and see it through and fulfill it has been my biggest motivator, just to continue to thrive, to get better, to do better. And I mentioned this in another video I think I posted on TikTok, that it's hard for me to say that I think I'm a part of a music industry simply because I'm not signed to a label or anything like that. But I am aware that I do have a presence in music, and I continue hoping that it would be a strong and powerful presence. So that in itself as well is also inspiration. So thank you so much, Jazzy, for that question. I hope I answered it well. Our next question is from Karina Jabod Singh. I hope I said your last name right. Karina wants to know, does anything in particular inspire you when writing lyrics? That's a good one. Thank you for asking that. You know, I think for every songwriter it's different. But for me, writing truly comes from my own experiences. Most of the songs, if not every song I've ever written, has come from something I've experienced at some point in my life, whether that be about love, my emotions, my feelings seem to be a topic, a continuous topic in every single song that I write, just because those lyrics pour out of me so much easier. Just about a week or so ago, I was upset about something, and I just went on my phone and I started typing up lyrics, and I had an entire verse, pre-chorus and chorus within 15 minutes, and that's not what I intended to do, but it just happened because it was so real, it was so raw, so in the moment. That's what I was feeling then. So it just poured right out. So I'd say my life inspires me more than anything else when it comes to songwriting and writing lyrics. Thank you for that question. We've got another one here from Dominic Brathwaite. Dominic would like to know, how are things with respect to the store you were in the video, the Berg? I think he's asking about the store that we filmed the music video for Love Me In, but also we did the photo shoot and album work for Love Me at the Berg as well. So the Berg is a record and vintage store here in Trinidad and Tobago. And let me see if I can find that location for you real quick. I'm gonna go to Dr. Google here. But it's such an amazing store. I don't even know if I have the words to fully describe it. It's one of a kind. I've never seen anything else like that here in Trinidad before. And it's so immersive simply because vinyls come from such a specific place and time and a moment in time in music. And when you walk in, they're adorning, the entire walls of this particular room. And you feel like you've been transported to another era. The way that the sun lights up in there, the way that the things that they sell, the clothing, the equipment, the gear, it is a wonderful, wonderful store. And I advise that anyone check it out. Really great guy works there as well. They are located at 138 Robert Street in Woodbrook. So check out the Berg. I have to thank them, first of all, for even accommodating me during this era of my life. And the Berg now holds such a special place in my heart. I felt so comfortable there. Something about who I am as a person, what I love, and the Berg, we just meshed well together. So it truly was a match made in heaven. So if you feel like I was having fun and I was comfortable in the content that you see that was filmed there and captured there, that is 100% true. That is fully how I felt. So thank you to those at the Berg who just let me come and use your space, and I was able to play my first vinyl ever on there. I don't have a record player at home. One of my best friends has one, and my family had one when I was much younger, and I got to play Thriller from Michael Jackson. So I can say the first record that I ever put on to play was Thriller. So all right, let me move on. I'm a chatter. Once I get into it and the nerves have subsided, I can just keep going. So thank you for that question, Dominic. I hope I answered. We've got another question here from Prince_Blue_101. Prince wants to know, what inspired you to be who you are? Because I think you're awesome. That is very kind of you to say. Thank you so much for the compliment and kind words. You know what? I just try to be myself. I try to be me. If you ask anyone who's known me my entire life through 4 years old to today, I am still who I've always been in my heart. Yes, I would grow in wisdom and experience, but overall, I like the same things. I giggle over the same silly things. And I think my life has been tough. I've been through a lot that people don't know about. And maybe over time I might grow the bravery to talk about it more. But I've been through a lot and it's strengthened me in my life. And I think, it's easy to say, I wish I didn't have to go through X, Y, and Z, or this didn't happen. But if it didn't happen, I don't think I would be who I am today. And that is someone who wants to give love. I want to be loving. I want to share love with people. I want to be someone who practices gratitude. I want to be present in every moment of my life. And it's easy to say these things. Doing it is another thing, but I always actively, every single day of my life, try to let the world know how I feel inside and who I am inside, So thank you for that very thoughtful question. And I am who I am. And I don't think I can ever change that. I can only strive to continue to improve as a person. Our next question is from @Amina Writes. Amina would like to know, and I know that Amina is a writer. Amina wants to know, with the release of your new single, what was the songwriting process like? And thank you so much, Amina, for that question. It's very like you to ask a question about writing. You know what? I'll be honest. I started writing Love Me in 2017 when I met my husband. And I didn't finish it. And to be truthful, I think I forgot about it. I think I wrote what I would call the skeleton of the song, which would be just main lyrics and a melody, and I put it away and I forgot about it because I had so many other songs that were very important to me at that time. I have a lot of music, but that's just one of those songs that it got swept under the rug because I was focusing on songs like Alive and Rush of Love and Service Station. Those are songs that I was playing at live shows at that time, and I was getting ready to record them as well. So I left Love Me Alone for 7 years, and then one day I think I just naturally gravitated to it once again, and thankfully so, because now I'm such a different songwriter. I have a different skill set. I think I've learned a lot with regards to being a better musician and being better at my craft, honing in on what makes me unique as an artist. And I revisited the song and I was able to readjust lyrics, change melodies, add harmonies. And that's what that songwriting process was like. And, I'd stand in the shower and I would just sing, go in the kitchen. Like I'm looking at my kitchen right now. I would sit in this kitchen 2, 3 in the morning, listening to mixes of Love Me, dancing around and just trying to feel the energy in that song and hoping that the instruments perfectly captured the energy and the emotions the emotions with which I intended that song to give to every listener. And so I would be dancing like a crazy person in this house 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's what I wanted to capture in the music video, even though it might seem crazy and weird and whack to a lot of people. That's what I wanted. I wanted you to feel that energy that I felt when I was feeling through the instrumental and lyrical aspects of this song. So thank you so much for that question. And this is our last question for this video. This is from @YourMindAches, and you would like to know, who are your biggest vocal inspirations? Thank you for that question. I love that question, simply because I just love talking about things that I love and artists that I love. And I think I might do another Q&A on that as well. But my biggest vocal inspirations, I have to start with Green Day, simply because Billie Joe Armstrong has been such a pivotal person in my musical journey. He's inspired me so much, and he has such a sweet voice. And I know for those who know Green Day at an arm's length, they might think, oh, well, that's punk. That's kind of tough to think of. But if you listen to a lot of their ballads and songs like Give Me Novocaine and Last Night on Earth and Susie Chapstick and songs like that, they're so beautiful. I love hearing beautiful voices. It doesn't have to be loud or strong, just a beautiful voice really inspires me. And Billie Joe has that. Gwen Stefani has that to me as well. She has a fine voice, quite like I do, and she uses it so uniquely, and I love that about her. That has been so inspiring to me throughout my entire life. Since I was a baby, I was obsessed with Gwen Stefani and her voice. But also, that being said, I do love the big voices as well. Celine Dion, I mean, voice of a generation. My mom loves Celine Dion, so I grew up listening to her quite a bit. Steve Perry from Journey, untouchable. Freddie Mercury, untouchable. Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars. He opens his mouth and out it comes. And another very, very special vocal inspiration for me would be Michael Jackson. I don't think you saw my t-shirt. I'm wearing the Dangerous album cover on my t-shirt. That's my favorite album artwork of all time. But Michael, I think as I'm getting older, I fully recognize how much he has inspired my entire life of music. And what a voice, what a unique, beautiful voice that can truly make you believe what he's singing. Those are the voices that I always loved. And this might seem a little strange, but I always loved voices of Disney princesses as well, from way back when, talking Aurora and Cinderella, even up till, it's hard to say today because I don't feel the same about some of those princesses the way I adore those from the 90s. So the voice of Ariel and Belle and Jasmine, and then Rapunzel going into the 2010s, their voices have been so inspiring for me. I would sing their songs all the time, and I think that's why, even though I do rock music, there's a lot of everything else in there. So every artist that I love, maybe you can find them somewhere in my voice. And I have to mention, Alanis Morissette, Dolores O'Riordan, Avril Lavigne as well, artists that I really loved growing up. And it may not be intentional, but their influence is definitely there. So that's it for this video. This wraps up this video number 1 of our first Q&A. I will do some more, but thank you so much for submitting your questions. Of course, if you have any more, drop them in the comments down below. If you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications to know every single time I post a video. I'll see you all later. Bye.